These two schools are separated by just a mile, but until tonight, this rivalry was only a pipe dream. It becomes a reality starting with this high school girls volleyball matchup. The number 4 team in Class 2A, the Concordia Academy Beacons, undefeated at 7-0, host the Roseville Raiders at 2-2. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Pete, and all by myself talking to myself. As the saying goes, it's never too late for first. This is our first trek to Concordia Academy. It's a school with a rich volleyball history that goes back to the mid-'80s. They don't have any state championships to boast of, but they have plenty of success, including a run to the semifinals last year and in 2016. And Concordia Academy, one of those schools that keeps reloading. Some players to watch are some longtime veterans. Kira Fallert, 14 kills or more in 4 games this season. On top of that, she's had 4 games this season with a hitting percentage of above 500. And setting things up is Brooke Weichbrodt, 20 assists or more in 5 games, and quite the server as well. 13 aces, no errors, and a win over Cristo Ray Jesuit. Kim Dewis, the head coach, has plenty of tradition of her own. She was part of the 1987 state tournament team, and Kira Fallert's mother, a part of the 1984 team. Roseville, 2-2. They started the year with a couple of straight set wins over Spring Lake Park and Tartan. They're coming off a couple of heartbreaking losses, one to Weichbrodt, a top 10 team in Class 3A, and a 5-set defeat to North St. Paul on Monday. Greg Ulan, the head coach, told me this Roseville team has a lot of scrappy personalities. It's the smallest lineup he has seen in some time, and this is a roster that includes a 6'3" Tamia Ugas. Other players to keep an eye on are the Kopp sisters, Sophia Kopp and Gabrielle Kopp, and McKenna Keenan, also a player to keep an eye on. This Roseville team may be an underdog in Section 4-3A, but with the losses incurred by Stillwater to graduation, it's a section that is up for grabs. We'll be back to start things off in a moment. You're watching high school girls volleyball.
Across the Twin Cities Metro and beyond, TSP Television offers long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. It takes a lot of time and effort to give you this level of coverage. If you want to help out, visit us at patreon.com/GSP Television or paypal.me/GSP Television.
And we welcome you to Concordia Academy. As we noted in the open, this is our first time at the private educational institution located in Roseville in the first ever Battle of Roseville. Kim Dewis and Greg Ulan, the head coaches of Concordia and Roseville respectively, had talked about setting up this kind of a matchup over the years, but scheduling commitments, particularly conference affiliation, made that difficult to achieve. However, Concordia Academy, as you may know, was moved from the old Tri-Metro Conference. Well, the Tri-Metro still exists, but they were taken from the Tri-Metro, placed in the Skyline, which freed up a spot, and the two coaches talked and were able to make this matchup happen. Roseville, they've had plenty of volleyball history. They were a team to watch a few years ago. They were often the representative in Section 4 and could make deep runs. They've had some lean years since then, but not a team to underestimate in Section 4-3A. And Concordia Academy, behind us here in the bleachers, a lot of volleyball banners going back to 1984. The most recent, 2018, when they reached the semifinal round, lost the bronze medal game. The closest they've come to a state championship is second, a position they have finished in several times, including 2015 and 2016. But volleyball, softball are two of their strong points. And with the lineups now introduced, let's recap the starting rotation for you. Roseville in numerical order: number 3, McKenna Keenan, Sophia Gondek, Gabby Kopp, Sophia Kopp, who has over 1,000 assists in her career, Hattie DeVries, Valerie Koth, and Tamia Ugas. Concordia will start Grace Landvik, Brooke Weichbrodt, Shayna Zinter, Maya Adams, Sydney Pelzer, Kira Fallert, and Emma Revore. Concordia Academy has dropped a total of 1 set this season in their 7 games. That 1 set they lost was to Cretin-Durham Hall. Since then, straight set wins, including a clean sweep at the Erie Challenge, the Apple Valley tournament. As you know, tournament play is condensed 2-set formats, but they still count as wins. Roseville has not played in any tournaments yet. Started the season with wins over Spring Lake Park and Tartan, lost to Wayzata, a top 10 team, someone to keep an eye on over in Section 6. And North St. Paul, those two section rivals. North St. Paul taking the early pole position as the team to beat in Section 4 after they knocked off Stillwater. Roseville will play Stillwater next week. Concordia wearing the black with the green trim, Roseville wearing the white. The Beacons, they've got plenty of top-level competition, and we have a little bit of confusion. Some other matchups for the Beacons. Bloomington Jefferson, they're a team, would be a dark horse in Section 3 where Egan and Eastridge lurk, but Jefferson off to a good start there. They host Murray, a school with a lengthy volleyball history of their own, and they will end the regular season against Class A Power Mare Lutheran on the road. That one should be a lot of fun. Roseville will play strictly conference opponents. This is their final non-conference matchup of the season. They'll start it with Stillwater. That game will have key implications in the Suburban East Conference race. They end the regular season hosting Eastridge, another team that could make a run in the conference and in Section 3. And I'm not sure what's going on, but we have a slight delay here. Well, while we wait, if you'd like to support TSB television programming, visit us at patreon.com/TSB television and paypal.me/TSB television. What in the world is going on? I've never seen this happen. And I've covered volleyball on and off over the years, but I used to cover state tournaments for Grand Stadium when they were a thing, and I've never seen this happen, a delayed start to a game. Well, whatever the delay was, we are finally ready to go. Serving is Shayna Zinter to get us started, and we're underway. Overpass on the serve receive, and number 9 for the Raiders, Sophia Kopp, runs into the net. And that gives the first point to Concordia. Roseville, they graduated a few pieces from last year's team. Jada Johnston focusing on basketball strictly this season. She's going to Valpo. And Ariel Carr transferred to North St. Paul. A bummer for Greg Euland as Shayna Zinter commits the service error. But, as he said, they've got a scrappy team. They're a smaller group, but they'll find a way to make it work. Sophia Gondek wearing the off-colored jersey, customary for the Liberos, and she serves it out of bounds. Well, presuming we don't have any more delays, as you know, it's a best of 5. up to 25, and then 15 if we go to a fifth set. Good serve received by the Raiders. Nice block by the Beacons. Sydney Pelzer, a volleyball-basketball crossover. And the Beacons off to a 3-1 lead over the Raiders in the Battle of Roseville. Low serve. Roseville with a good attacking chance. Another block. This time, Emma Revor, the 5'9 junior, with the denial. Height won't be an issue for Roseville. Concordia doesn't boast a lot of it. And that will be a service ace as Brooke Weichbrodt's shot or serve went off of number 12, Valerie Koth. And just like that, Concordia with a 5-1 lead over Roseville in the first set. Well, we promoted our pages. We'll do so again. If you'd like to support TSB television programming, if you want to help make our aim of long-lasting digital coverage a reality for your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros, check us out. Patreon.com/TSB television or PayPal.me/TSB television. And we'd like to thank CTV North Suburbs for syndicating our coverage of teams in their area. Concordia and Roseville certainly fit the bill. Concordia Academy, the private school, and not a big gym as you can see, only one set of bleachers. So we're all getting pretty cozy with each other. Most of us anyway. Quick timeout. Roseville needed that on the ATO play. Addie DeVries with the off-speed teardrop to end the Concordia run momentarily. Sophia Kopp will serve. Free ball for the Raiders. There's Keenan, the player to watch on the attacking side for the Raiders. Roseville comes up with a block. Keenan rises up and throws down the hammer. McKenna Keenan, the 5'11 outside hitter. One of the seniors to keep an eye on this year. Just 2 for the Raiders, so they're going to bring back a lot for next year's team. Another good serve by the Raiders, and they'll get another free ball to work with. Keenan again. Line shot, line him up. Well, Roseville on a quick 3-0 run. And painting the corner, Emma Revor. Nobody was back there. Emma Revor spotted it and sent one into the corner. 6-4. Keenan again. Concordia called it out, and indeed it was out. It might have straddled the net as well. Point for the Beacons. There's Kira Fallert serving. She had 18 aces and only 4 errors in the first 4 games of the year. And there's McKenna. I just combined her name into one. McKenna Keenan comes up with the point. She'll be subbed out. Again, that's more of a rotational situation than an indication of talent. Your front row hitters got to come out. It's their turn to the back row, so an opportunity for the Beacons. Sydney Pelzer goes cross-court for the kill. And again, you'll see that. So if you wonder why a team's top attacker goes out, again, it's part of a substitution pattern. Next time Roseville serves. Won't be there. Concordia with another ace. And it came from Grace Landvik. Landvik the libero, not known as a service threat compared to someone like Weichbrodt, but she did have 10 serves entering this game. Roseville with the counter. That's Gabby Kopp, the 5'8 sophomore, knocking it down off speed, and so to me, Ugas. It's her turn to take the rotation up front. Keenan will follow soon. It's not uncommon for teams to set up their rotation so their front row hitters are spaced apart. And there you saw a running strike from Kira Fallert. Kira has a lengthy lineage in this sport. Her older sister Erin plays at the other Concordia in St. Paul, a school that is a phenomenal D2 power. Ugas goes off speed, and the junior scores a point for the Raiders. So back and forth after a 5-1 start by the Beacons. Roseville has settled things down, trying to get a rally here perhaps. Again, they played North St. Paul to a 5-set thriller. This is a team to keep an eye on. And it looked like that attempt from Maya Adams went out of bounds, so that will be a hitting error. And it's 10-8 Roseville. I should say Concordia. Roseville trails by 2. Nice hit, but a big dig by Gabrielle Kopp. Concordia will try again. Ugas will be charged with a hitting error. Tried to go off speed. You notice she doesn't swing the ball as hard as some other players up front. Tried to use finesse, but put too much on it. Now it's Concordia's turn to serve. Big dig by Landvik. And Fallert hits the line. That was set up by Landvik. A diving save on her part sets up the kill from Kira Fallert. Kira, 80 kills, a hit percentage of .423. She averages 4.4 kills per set. And Concordia hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities to rack up numbers because they've won all but one set this season. There you saw the setter dump by Maya Adams. And now it's Keenan's turn to take the front row. Valerie Koff back to serve. Roseville hanging around. Overpass. Ugas went for the strike. Concordia reads it. Another block. Fallert couldn't get past Ugas, I believe. Ugas stayed with it. It's 12-10. Fallert from the left side. Blocked. They'll try again. Free ball, Raiders. Ugas. Not enough velocity there, but plenty of velocity for Shayna Zinter. Shayna, not the biggest threat as far as goutiness goes. She does have 40 kills, though, second on the team. Her season high came in the first game of the season, and get this. In her last 3 games, they were all condensed 2-setters, and in that 3-set win over St. Agnes, 6 kills. 666. That might be a scary number to mention at a school like Concordia Academy, but she's consistent. And so is McKenna Keenan, who gets another point for the Raiders. Now Ugas heads to the bench because it's her turn to do so as Hattie DeVries goes up to the front row. And Sophia Gondik serving for the Raiders. Fallert puts another dose of velocity on it. She's been firing lasers and hitting her mark. Kira Fallert and Brooke Weichbrodt both started their varsity career in 8th grade. And there's Weichbrodt serving. Weichbrodt, a service monster. Fallert again. Roseville reads it this time. Fallert will try off speed, and she gets it to drop. Weichbrodt, as we mentioned in the open, 13 aces, no errors in a straight set win over Crystal Ray Jesuit. Season high 13 digs and 39 assists against Cretan Durham Hall. So Weichbrodt can do a little bit of everything. McKenna Keenan. She's got some velocity on the left side. Ray Gulen, the head coach of the Raiders. Would have sent us some notes, but was teaching all day, and when you are a teacher or work in any part of the educational branches, that takes priority. 15-13. A couple of good serves by the Raiders. They'll have a good attacking chance here. McKenna Keenan winds up, fires, and scores. So Sophia Kopp giving Roseville a boost on the service game. She's delivered a couple of fantastic ones. Fallert. No deflection. And we're tied at 15 after the hitting error. And a timeout for Concordia Academy, both teams with one remaining. Kim Dewis, the head coach for Concordia, a lengthy history in this sport. She was a player on the 1987 state tournament team. As I was saying, Kim Dewis, a member of the 1987 state tournament team, was the head coach from 2001 through 2006, took a break to raise her son, and then returned in 2013. But she's been a lifer at Concordia Academy, the director of finance here at the school, and a service error. So that ends Roseville's run for now. Sophia Kopp, though, delivered a slew of strong serves. Now it's Fallert's turn. She does nothing light. And that is going to be a point for the Beacons. Lift on the Raiders and overpass on the serve receive. This time Roseville gets in position. Fallert with the dig. And scoring off the block, it's Sydney Pelzer. Pelzer entering this game 23 kills. And a timeout by the Raiders, their last of the first set, 18-15 our score. Pelzer 23 kills, 17 errors, so a percentage of just 0.55. She has a few assists and 14 aces, so Pelzer may not be the biggest threat for Concordia Academy, but someone to keep an eye on as well. We noted earlier, Weichbrodt doing a little bit of everything. And the primary setup option, 173 assists, averaging 9.6 assists per set. And 35 digs. Landvik leads the team in that category, 63, and Fallert, 60. Had a double-double of 17 kills, 15 digs against Cretin-Durham Hall. And you may find this a recurring theme for Concordia Academy. Most of the season highs coming against Cretin-Durham Hall because that's the only game where they needed an extra set. Point for the Beacons. It has now been overruled. It looked like Keenan's attempt was good from here. I didn't see it go out of bounds. And Roseville converts the overpass off the serve receive. Tapping it down was Hattie DeVries. Lydia Koth hoping to tie this up. A low serve. Weichbrodt will concede the point as the attempt did not cross the net. It went off of the net and back into Concordia's side. So 3 straight points for the Raiders. not much the Beacons can do here. And Roseville takes their first lead in this set off the deflection. Gabrielle Kopp with the point. So Lydia Koth giving Roseville another surge. And when a 2A school plays the big 3A school, as a delayed point comes for number 14, Emma Revore, it's not unsurprising. It's not a surprise. It's not unprecedented for the larger schools to make some kind of run. But a fun inter-city rivalry, at least that's what our coaches hope this will become. Weichbrodt throwing it down. Roseville able to get the dig. One of our longer rallies. Fallert from the back row. And the up by Gondek. Landvik comes up with it. Battle at the net. Won by Shayna Zinter. We talked about it in basketball, but jump balls can be just as crucial in volleyball as well. At the middle of the net. And with the set as close as this one, every point is crucial. And that will be a point for Roseville. Weichbrodt got the block, but made contact with the net. As you know, that's a no-no. And we've got ourselves a decent crowd here. A lot of standing. Well, there's only one set of bleachers, so a lot of folks are finding a vantage point on the railing and the other side of the concourse. Back to action. UGAS denied. And this isn't the biggest of gyms, so it doesn't take much to pack the place, but I'd say we're near capacity. Brooke Weichbrodt serving. I should say that's Sydney Pelzer. Another battle at the net. Fallert fires in the back row. How in the world did she paint the line? Roseville thought it was going out. I thought it was going out. Roseville out of timeouts here. Fallert all over the lines. And an ace for Pelzer puts Concordia 2 away from taking set number 1. Keenan going back in. Euling going to try to right the ship and take this first set. Here's Keenan from the back row. She brings the heat, but Pelzer able to make a read. And an accidental point, but Concordia will take it. Maya Adams mistimed the hit on her jump and still scored as the off-speed velocity caught Roseville off guard. 4 set points for the Beacons. Looking for it right there. They'll have to wait. Free ball for the Beacons. But they were out of position. Who's it going to be? Adams went up again and was rejected. And you've been seeing this in the last couple of points. Whether you're serving or making a hitting attempt, you're trying to get your target to make a lateral move, get them out of position. Because if you fire at them while they're set, they can make a move, and Maya Adams makes up for her miscue, so she comes up clutch in the last few points and gives Concordia a 25-21 set 1 win. So the Beacons continue their streak of sets without a loss. Again, 6 straight set wins entering tonight. We'll see if they can continue their streak when we return. You're watching high school girls volleyball.
Across the Twin Cities Metro and beyond, TSP Television offers long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. It takes a lot of time and effort to give you this level of coverage. If you want to help out, visit us at patreon.com/GSP Television or paypal.me/GSP Television.
Mike Peden all by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory. Concordia Academy beating Roseville 25-21 to take the first set. And they had just enough, including a late burst from Maya Adams, who had 23 kills entering this game, 194 hitting percentage. So Adams, one of those role players, Adams, Pelzer, Rivor, and Weichbrodt. So now we switch sides. Roseville took the lead briefly in set one, including 2019, but Concordia Academy just had a little bit more. And again, they're doing this with the smaller team Concordia Academy is. Roseville, they're not mammoths themselves, but they do have UGAS at 6'3" as a middle hitter. Concordia's tallest player is the 5'11", Kira Fallert. And it will be Roseville to start the second set. Don't tell me we have another delay here. I guess we do. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, some upcoming games on our channel will include Mounds View Woodbury football and Stillwater Duluth East boys soccer. Stillwater Duluth East, a rematch of the Class 2A state championship from last year, won by Stillwater in extra time. Next week, we'll have more football for you with Robbinsdale, Cooper, and Holy Angels. And we'll cover some more volleyball in a couple of weeks. Our volleyball schedule limited this year because I cover a lot of sports in September, including the Twins. But we do get action started, and Kira Fallert picks up where she left off. Kim Dewis told me you would notice, you're going to tell when Fallert plays that she has that extra degree of difficulty on opponents. And she's got great control of her swing. Good swing, good reads. Service error on the Beacons. As you know, it's early. There's the setter dump, and it pays off for Brooke Weichbrodt. You don't want to choreograph it, but if you sense an opening, you'll see them go for it. It pays off for Weichbrodt. She scores the point off the dump. Here's Keenan. Pelzer with a big dig, and that's going to be a point for Concordia. It looked like Keenan hit the net trying to capitalize on the overpass. A big, big up by Pelzer. Keenan will try again. That's deflected. And a point for Concordia off the block. Maya Adams, who will get credit for the kill. And Concordia off to another quick start. And you can count that as an ace for Weichbrodt. As we said, a strong service game. 26 aces entering this one. Roseville attacking from the middle. Now Fallert. Too far. And it is a point for Roseville. Fallert will get credit for it. A lift was called. I couldn't see it from here with the head official blocking my vantage point, but that's not on him. He's got to be there. Fallert with the deep serve this time. Beacons with the 6-2 lead. Sydney Pelzer off the block. Picks up the point for Concordia. And Greg Gulen calls a timeout. He did this in the first set. Some coaches will wait until a few points have played out, but Greg not afraid to call early timeouts. And it's 7-2. And with that, we'd like to remind you that if you want to help out with our mission of providing long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or paypal.me/TSB Television. A lot of great sponsorship opportunities to help us continue our coverage of high school sports and beyond. Concordia Academy brought a packed student section. Roseville a little bit smaller, but again, inter-city rivalry. There's a lot of folks hanging out on the railings. That's not uncommon, actually. Concordia Academy trying to build up their history. They have plenty of it in volleyball. And they are starting to build some in girls basketball. Fallert serving. Keenan, cross court for the kill. Wonder if there's AC in this place. It's a little warm in here. They've got the fans going. Weichbrodt will get the assist. Gravor with the kill. As we said, Weichbrodt, the setup artist. Averaging 11 assists or better in 3 games this season, Weichbrodt is. That net ball won by Roseville and number 11, Hannah Hefferman, the 5'10 sophomore middle hitter who will go back to serve. Ugas, her turn in the rotation, goes back up front. Hefferman paints the line. Her first ace. Fallert played that one. And Weichbrodt, I should say Pelzer. I kept getting 10 and 3 mixed up. Their parents aren't going to be happy with me. But a good read by Pelzer, letting the ball go, staying out of the way, and picking up a point off the block. Maya Adams to serve. Up went into the Roseville side. A couple of attempts on Valerie Koch's part, and the second time is the charm. It's the Battle of Roseville here at Concordia Academy. Diving up by number 8, Gabrielle Kopp. And scoring off the block is Sophia Kopp after Pelzer was rejected. Roseville makes it a 2-point margin. Perhaps we shouldn't be surprised by this after the first set was back and forth. Here's Pelzer. Now it's Koch's turn. Blocked. That almost hit the ceiling. That could have been trouble for Roseville. And that is trouble for Roseville. Valerie Koth came in a microsecond late and hits it into the net. Hitting error on the Raiders. Point for the Beacons. Ugas this time. Doesn't have the strongest of swings, but she comes up with the point. Ugas, a basketball-volleyball crossover, much like Jada Johnston was a year ago. Ugas getting a lot of attention in basketball. Setter dump by Weichbrodt pays off. Roseville can't catch up to it in time. Brooke Weichbrodt has used that setter dump play a couple of times now. Weichbrodt's degree of ingenuity helping out. Kim Dewis told me Weichbrodt brings a lot of offense as a lefty. And Shayna Zinter will bring an ace to Concordia Academy's hand. Doesn't have a ton of them, just 8 in the first 7 games of the year. Ugas fires, too strong. Lost her balance in the process. Concordia pushes their lead back to 5. Zinter with a couple of nice serves. This time Roseville able to pick up on it. Scoring off the block, Kira Fallert. Timeout Roseville, 14-8. Beacons on a run in set number 2. So they are out of timeouts. Roseville is for the remainder of the set. As we said in the open, this is the last non-conference game for Roseville outside of tournament play. They open the conference slate with back-to-back games. They host Stillwater, the 2-time defending champions in the conference and 2-time section champions, and then go on the road to face Park and Cottage Grove. Woodbury, a team on the rise, they knocked off North St. Paul in tournament play last weekend. Forest Lake having a down year of sorts, and Roseville's other rivalry game, the big one, for those in the know, October 10th, they go to face Moundsview. As we said, Roseville, Moundsview, a district rivalry, and that's the date often circled on the calendar. So Zinter continuing to serve for the Beacons. McKenna Keenan has had enough of that. Another patented cross-court shot. Greg Ulan wasn't kidding when he said McKenna Keenan's a player to watch. Remember, this Roseville team pushed North St. Paul to the limit. But Kira Fallert is proving tough to stop, especially on the left side. Began her varsity career on the right side, and there is an art to this. You don't just slot outside hitters to one side or the other indiscriminately. Fallert has played the left side ever since. She's done extraordinarily well, but that time her shot is rejected by Sophia Kopp, I believe, who will go back to serve. Roseville trying to hang around. They are out of timeouts in set 2. Adams dug by the Raiders. Here's Keenan. No words necessary, just watch her swing and throw it down. That's really all you need to do. Another point for McKenna Keenan. She's had plenty of them in this game. Adams, Keenan with the up, now Keenan with the attack. Pelzer with the up this time. Fallert goes off speed. Keenan, full speed for the point. Sophia Kopp serving for the Raiders. They bring the margin down to 3. Concordia still has their 2 timeouts if they need it. And Fallert, I've seen some tough swings from her. That one may have been the hardest. She pinballs herself another point. It's hard to tell if that's a volleyball player or a flipper on a pinball machine. This kid's got some velocity to her. So does McKenna Keenan. And she favors the left side as well. But it's Concordia with the slight edge. If you just joined us, if you're watching this on CTV, Concordia Academy, quick starts to both sets that have helped them maintain an advantage. And this time it's Sydney Pelzer who leaps up and goes down hard with the ball, that is. Grace Landvik to serve. Had that acrobatic diving up in set 1. And comes up with an ace there. Lydia Koth read it, but a little miscommunication. Roseville wasn't sure who was supposed to pick up the ball. Another good serve by Landvik. Gabrielle Kopp. That was off speed, and I mean off speed. That was really, really soft. It couldn't have gone any softer for it to land on Concordia's side. Gabrielle Kopp demonstrating quite the touch there. And Hannah Hefferman adds another ace to her total. And we have a momentary pause. This time I can explain it. Sydney Pelzer had to retie the shoe. Got to make sure your laces are in. Shayna Zinter from the middle throws it down. Roseville just can't seem to get on any kind of run to counter Concordia's run to start the second set. They were up 7-2 early. Hitting error on Pelzer. Let's see if they can get some momentum on their side. They've come within a couple points in set 2, but just like that first set, not able to get on that run to pick up some steam. Setter dump. This time Roseville reads it. Landvik with the up, but too strong on the return. Valerie Koth with a couple of chances here. And Sydney Pelzer gets Roseville with the lob. 2016, again, Roseville used up their timeouts early, so they will not get any more until the next set. And Concordia, what a streak they've been on. This time it's Roseville with the setter dump. McKenna Keenan goes back on the floor. To the front row she goes. Can Roseville pick up some points? Good serve by the Raiders. Concordia able to recover. Fallert has to bat over a free ball. They'll set up for Keenan. Pelzer with the dig. Too high. Ugas tried to get the tap down. Didn't work. Fallert with a kill attempt. That was rebuffed. And persistence pays off for McKenna Keenan. "14 straight sets, make it 15 if you count the set 1 win for the Beacons." Fallert throwing it down. And as a team, Concordia has won 19 of 20 sets. 21-19 as Roseville scores there. I should say 18, if my math is right. It is 18. 18 of 19 sets. Concordia is hoping to make it 19 of 20 here. Another net ball. Won by Roseville. And McKenna Keenan knows exactly what to do with it. Kim Dewis hanging on to her 2 timeouts. Roseville within 1. Serving is Gondek. Low one. Pelzer picks it up. Fallert fires. Cross-court kill. Kira Fallert. She can play with the top teams. We've seen that already for the Beacons. McKenna Keenan. This time blocked, but Roseville will get another try. And that setter dump pays off once again by Sophia Kopp to make it a 1-point game again. And the Roseville fans in attendance trying to rally the troops. An overpass on the serve receive. And a free ball for the Raiders that can tie it up. Keenan, look out! Blocked. Free ball for the Beacons. It's going to be Fallert. Off speed. Saved by Roseville. Another free ball for the Beacons. Fallert will try again. She will not be denied this time. 23-21. This hasn't been a runaway performance by the Beacons. Roseville has made them earn their first 2 sets so far, but Concordia Academy just adds a little bit more in clutch situations. And a net violation. Or was it? Well, it was. Point for Roseville. For a moment, I thought it was going the other way. That's big, though. But so is Sydney Pelzer. Once again, set point for the Beacons. They've had to slog their way through these sets. It's not like they have been an overly dominant team in this matchup. They'll have 2 set points to work with. Another setter dump by Kopp, and that is catching Concordia Academy off balance. Valerie Koth, picked up by Landvik. Adams came up with set point to close out the first frame. Fallert from the back row, got it! (25-22). Fallert just as ferocious from the back row as she is up front. And Concordia Academy continues to hold off Roseville by the skin of their teeth. They are 1 set away from continuing their streak of straight set wins. We'll see if they're able to make it 7 in a row. When we return, you're watching high school girls volleyball.
Across the Twin Cities Metro and beyond, TSP Television offers long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. It takes a lot of time and effort to give you this level of coverage. If you want to help out, visit us at patreon.com/GSP Television or paypal.me/GSP Television.
Mike Peden all by myself, talking to myself. 25-21, 25-22 is the box score. Concordia Academy 1 set away from their 7th straight set win this season. It shouldn't be a surprise, given Concordia Academy's pedigree. They've reached the state tournament 4 of the last 5 years, including a pair of second-place finishes in 2015 and 2016. So this is a team that knows how to get it done. They will serve to start set 3. Overpass, Concordia able to play the carom. Fallert again, the left side was her sweet spot, not that time. And Keenan is rebuffed as well. Keenan and Fallert playing a chess game, and Fallert with the first move, using the off-speed hit to her advantage. And the next time we get an opportunity, there's some pretty impressive hitting percentages for Concordia Academy. Another jump ball at the net, won by the Beacons. Roseville with the free ball and the setter dump played to perfection. Sophia Kopp has done that 3 or 4 times and has picked up at least 3 points by my count. Now, can Roseville get on a run? We've seen a lot of back and forth between these two, but the difference has been quick starts by the Beacons. As Concordia scores there, I believe that was Weichbrodt. Now Weichbrodt will serve. And she'll serve it into the net. And apparently, Roseville needed an extra chair, so to me, UCAS will retrieve it. That's okay. All part of the experience. Roseville serves that out of bounds. Service error, and Concordia hangs on to the lead. And the PA announcer throws it a reference to Major League. A movie I don't think any of these kids would know if you brought it up. And probably not the most age appropriate either. Point for the Beacons on the hitting error by Roseville. Kira Fallert serving for the Beacons. And a little bit of confusion. I thought Kopp was going to use another setter dump, and it went into the net. It was a behind-the-back pass, and it went just a little too far. Concordia Academy able to pounce. A low serve. That was a boomer, a line drive. Pelzer gets the point. Lift was called as a pinball between a couple of Roseville players and the net. Here's Fallert. That line drive of hers, we know she's got velocity, good reads and good swing. And another quick start for the Beacons. They're up 7-2 thanks to those line drive serves by Kira Fallert. As we noted, 18 aces and 4 errors in the first 4 games of the season. She had 6 aces in a straight set win for Minneapolis South. And let's take a look at some of those percentages. Fallert, a hitting percentage of .423. Shayna Zinter, .464. Pretty impressive numbers. And Emma Revore, .281, not too shabby. And as we noted in the Open, Fallert, 4 games this season where she's had a hitting percentage above .500. If you're wondering how that is calculated, you take the total number of kills divided by the number of attempts, and then you subtract errors. So for Kira Fallert, you would divide 63 by 149. That's how you get .423. And for Shayna Zinter, 40 kills, 8 errors on the season, so you divide 32 by 69. And that is how hitting percentages are calculated. Volleyball for dummies. Another line drive, another ace. Pocket aces, it's a great hand in Texas Hold'em, and Kira Fallert showing off a great hand here. Not what Roseville wanted on the ATO play. Fallert has been everywhere in this Battle of Roseville. Another point for the Beacons. It looked like Roseville made contact with the net. 9-2. Is this the run? Concordia has been all over Roseville. And they can't shake these line drive serves. No waste that time for Fallert, but it does set up an easy tap down for Emma Revore, and it's 10-2. Concordia, they're going to be tough to stop. Another line drive. Fallert, she's locked in on the service game. We've seen her on the attack. Roseville trying to get something to end this Concordia run. 10-2 and climbing. Maya Adams climbs to the top there. Three aces on this run by Kira Fallert, and Roseville calls another timeout. They are flabbergasted. Nobody's got an answer for Kira Fallert. Nobody. And as we noted, Concordia, they've got some tough opponents coming up. Bloomington Jefferson, they are not a pushover. Nova Classical off to a strong start. New Life Academy, a perennial in Class A. That game with Mare Lutheran should be a lot of fun. That is one to circle on the calendar if you're a Concordia Academy fan. And the student section filled to capacity, and they are feeling it. (12-2). Roseville out of timeouts. Concordia has won 19 of 20 sets this season. Can they make it 20 of 21? They've only dropped one set, as we noted. The downside is you don't get too many chances to rack up your numbers. The good news is you're playing some quick games. Roseville finally ends the run. Can they get on one of their own? They have the pieces to do it. We saw that from the likes of McKenna Keenan. Overpass, Concordia stays with it. Pelzer into the net. And right now, Roseville will take anything they can get as far as points go. Pelzer brings the heat, and look out, John. Another assist for Weichbrodt. Weichbrodt averaging a whole bunch of assists, 9.6 a set. And that's not uncommon. Usually your primary setter is going to rack up numbers like that, because they're the ones who set up the attack. Pelzer that time throws down the block. And Concordia Academy running away in set 3. And listen to the crowd. Deflected, so a point for Roseville, a much needed one for Valerie Koch. Service error on Amanda Dahl. (15-5) and a little bit of perspiration. It is a little warm in here. Maya Adams. Everyone's got the low serve down for Concordia. Another block. Pelzer once again. It's a block party, and Roseville ain't invited. 11-point lead. Well, sometimes all you got to do is hold off the challenge. We saw that a couple of weeks ago when North St. Paul held off Stillwater in that third set, then went on a tear. Fallert has been on a tear all game long. 17-5. Concordia Academy, it looks like their streak of straight set wins will remain intact. Let's serve. Another ace. Maya Adams. Doesn't matter who steps up for Concordia Academy. They are bringing the heat. And I mean heat. This was touted as a game of the week by Minnesota Volleyball Hub. And I believe that was a back row violation. 19-5, Roseville out of timeouts. As I said, this was touted as a game of the week by Minnesota Volleyball Hub. And a service error by Maya Adams, but with Concordia Academy's lead, you can live with that. But, again, the Beacons have the pedigree. Roseville had it for a time in Class 3A, trying to rebuild those ranks. And they get a block there, and if you're Roseville, you just want to get some momentum. UGAS, I believe, making the play for the Raiders. Even if you're not able to come back and win this one, you just want to have something. Something you can tip your hat to in the post-game debriefing. Valerie caught another soft lob, and Roseville picking up a couple of points in succession. Caught again. Free ball for the Beacons, but an overpass. And that set up Keenan. Now McKenna Keenan has been virtually neutralized in this third set. Landvik with the hitting error. Not much Concordia could do there. It would have been a free ball for the Raiders, but she laughs it off. And you got to. With rally scoring, it's always next play. You need to have a short-term memory, and that's why. Because folks like Shayna Zinter can make up for a miscue just like that. It's been a fun first visit out here to Concordia Academy in Roseville, and I wouldn't mind coming back here. The Beacons have some other top opponents on the schedule. That is a hitting error on the Raiders. Although, as we said, the way they've handled everyone so far, you know, Centennial, a solid team in Section 4-3A. Concordia beat them in straight sets in a best-of-3 scenario. A let hit by UGAS, point for the Raiders. Yeah, Jefferson looks like that could be a solid game. Makes you wonder how in the world did they lose a set to Cretin-Durham Hall, but that's how volleyball goes. Again, short-term memory. The way they're going, they have all these high-profile games, but they're so locked in, they could turn now all of them into routes. But it goes back to the culture. How success breeds success. We mentioned at the start, Kira Fallert's mother, a member of the 1984 state tournament team. Kim Dewis, a member of the 1987 team as a player. And now part of many state tournament runs as a coach. Point for the Beacons, net violation on Roseville. Fallert's older siblings, one of them playing at Concordia St. Paul, a bastion of talent in Division II. A rare free ball in this set for the Raiders. Keenan fires. And Zinter couldn't get the up in time. That is a presence Roseville has sorely missed in this third set. You'd be asking a lot for Roseville to come back from this far down. Well, but you can't give up. Sophia Gondek certainly isn't. She picks up an ace for the Raiders. Fallert Roseville got the deflection. Off speed, Landvik with the read. Gondek, that almost went into the ceiling. Keenan going off speed. Fallert tries one of her own. One of the longer rallies of this third set, and Keenan serves it into the net. Concordia Academy using a strong third set run. It was 12-2 at one point, thanks to a series of line drive serves by Kira Fallert. Kira, the junior, Concordia's got another year of Fallert and Weichbrodt. Kim Dewis was perplexed on how to explain, as Maya Adams scores. She had a hard time finding words to describe this lengthy run of success for Concordia Academy, all these section titles, state tournament appearances, but everyone just buys in. Success begets or breeds success, and these students want to be a part of it. Kira Fallert will end it. Another straight set win for Concordia Academy. They have now won 19 of 20 sets this season. They have not dropped a set since the season opener, and Concordia's home opener, a perfect one. 25-21, 25-22, 25-12. The number 4 team in Class 2A remains unblemished as they go to 8-0. Roseville falls to 2-3. Kira Fallert, an all-around threat today, an all-around spectacular performance. And that's all I got for you. Just watch some of those plays she made, and you'll understand why she has gotten a lot of attention here at Concordia Academy. So the first chapter of this intercity rivalry goes to the Beacons. We'll try to get a word with Kira Fallert before we wrap things up. The Beacons knock off the Raiders 3-0. Thanks for watching High School Girls Volleyball.
Across the Twin Cities Metro and beyond, TSP Television offers long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. It takes a lot of time and effort to give you this level of coverage. If you want to help out, visit us at patreon.com/GSP Television or paypal.me/GSP Television.
And I'm joined by Kira Fallert. Kira, you have a lengthy lineage here at Concordia Academy with volleyball. Your sister plays at the other Concordia. Your mother played in the 1984 state tournament team. So I guess you just fit right in here, don't you?
Yeah, it's so fun having a family who's been here before. It feels like I'm continuing the legacy, and everything they've done has also inspired me a lot. It's just super fun, and I love the atmosphere so much.
Well, you're setting quite the legacy, especially in that third set. Your series of line drive serves, they were lasers, befuddled Roseville. How were you able to get on such a big run in that third set with those line drives?
Yeah, I was really motivated because we all knew that Roseville was a really great team, and they were going to come back strong in the third set. So we all knew we had to push through, and so I knew I could help in whatever way I could. So I tried to stay as aggressive as possible and try to pick apart their defense and serve receive, and it ended up helping in the long run. So.
From the looks of it, I don't think you do anything soft, whether it's serving or hitting. Occasionally you'll go off speed, but I better not mess with you. If someone tries to, if I were to try to return some of those hits, I think I would have some pretty bruised wrists there. Where'd you get that velocity?
Lots of practice and lots of good coaching. As over time, it's just gotten a lot better. And also it comes with confidence. Like, you got to be really confident and know where you're going and like plan out where you're going to hit ahead of time. And again, lots of practice.
You mentioned Roseville and their depth, their talent. Of course, they played North St. Paul the 5 sets on Monday. What does it mean to be part of this intercity rivalry? The two schools are separated by a mile, but they've never played each other in volleyball until now.
It was really exciting because we knew it was going to be the first time playing, and it was, like you said, kind of a rivalry, and we knew it was just going to be super fun. And we encouraged our whole student section to come out and cheer us on, which they did a great job of doing. And we all were super motivated, and we were really, really pumped for this game. And it showed, and we kept the high energy the entire time. And taking a win is a really big deal to us because it's our first home game, and we're continuing our winning streak at the beginning of the season. So it's really great.
You did, and not only was that third set rally big, that was the difference in all 3 sets. Even though the first 2 were neck and neck, you were able to get out on the jump, get a quick surge to start. How has that helped you with this undefeated record of 8-0 and 19 out of 20 sets won by you guys?
I think that we always want to start off strong, and also we don't adjust how we play the other side of the net. It's all about what we do on our side of the net. Like the opponent, it could be anyone, and we try to play at the highest level no matter what. And that helps us start off strong and stay consistent at all times. And again, it really helps us come out strong and play to our highest level as much as possible.
And I know strong starts, lofty beginnings are nothing new with all the state tournament runs, but what would you make of this beginning, your first home game, your 8th straight win, and as I noted earlier, you've only dropped 1 set all season?
Mm-hmm. Definitely, we're really excited for what we can do for coming the rest of the season. And also this year, last year we graduated a lot of seniors, and so this year we have lots of newcomers in, and everyone's doing a great job. And the fact that we're starting off so strong just makes it all even better because everyone knows that we can do it, and we're going to have a great season because of how hard we're working.
I mean, from the looks of it, I don't think you lost a touch at all, even with all the seniors that graduated. But what a performance, especially in set 3. Is there anyone you want to say hi to?
Hi to all my volleyball coaches and everyone who's helped me along the way.
Well, I'll say this. If you can get student sections like you did tonight, home games, I know this was your first of 6 in a row outside of a weekend tournament, but home games are going to be a whole lot of fun if you got this much energy riding alongside you there. But congrats on the win, and we'll see if this is the start of another streak. We'll start. You're already on one, but a great way to start the home stretch of the season, and I have to imagine you're going to ask those fans to come back with the energy they brought tonight, right?
Yes, I hope so. They're great. Everyone's just so supportive, and it's the most fun atmosphere to play in. I wouldn't want to play anywhere else. It's so great.
Yeah, I was getting a little warm up here. There's so many people, but a great atmosphere, like you said, a great win, and we'll see if you can continue that as the season moves along. Once again, Kira, congratulations.
Thank you.
Kira Fallert of Concordia Academy, and that wraps up our coverage from Concordia Academy as the Beacons knock off the Raiders 3-0. For our crew, I'm Mike Peden. Thank you for watching.